April 6th, 2026. Today's topic is my expectations for relationships were set very high despite my relative market value. I think this was kind of a realization I had, I don't know, within the last 5 to 10 years maybe. And when you kind of make this sort of realization, you start to see more and more reasons why it makes sense. And in this case, I think about, well, part of the challenge of kind of being perpetually online is that you get a sense of really how screwed up people can be, how like common the twisted perspective of the world kind of manifests. And in that sense, I think what it kind of makes me realize is that my kind of view of the world is a twisted view of the world, but not in a negative way. It's sort of, it's just unusual because of its rarity, I think. I grew up with very good parents, very loving parents, very good example of marriage. They were married for almost 60 years before they passed away, and very well adjusted. I don't remember having any like difficulties as a child. There was no family fighting. There was no lack of love and attention. And I think I grew up in a very unusual way because of all those things, which I did not know was unusual until I became an adult. But I further didn't know that I think it really kind of changed my expectations. As I mentioned, my expectations were set very, very high despite my relative market value. I think when you get filled with encouragement and positivity growing up constantly almost, you tend to, have a high opinion of yourself. I think a lot of this is unusual from the male perspective. I'm just an average height. I'm 5'8.5". I'm just, I have a lot of skills, but none of that really translates to market value. Not really. I'm a nice guy. I treat people well. None of that exactly translates, although, I don't know, that's debatable. Some women are attracted to that. Many are not. Although, I don't know how many that wouldn't be what would be those women that I would be attracted to. So maybe that doesn't matter a lot. I'm just kind of an average looking dude. So I had these high expectations kind of built in, which has made it difficult to find anybody. Thus, the age that I am at. And I think I draw the comparison to what is kind of commonly found, at least online, as the modern women's expectation of what the kind of the high bars, the high expectations they hold for men. Now, I think I tend to probably believe a lot more of this stuff than I should. It's probably not healthy, but probably also isn't reality. but it does match my own anecdotal sort of experience in that it seems women kind of operate in the same sort of headspace that I do in that sense. They have high expectations, and in the sense of how the internet perceives it, they are not just high, they are unrealistic. And it probably is good for me to kind of see that, or kind of at least hear that, and take it as something I can learn from, that my own expectations are unrealistic. I simply wanted, and still simply want, someone who is well adjusted, who wants family, who I'm at least attracted to, who's attracted to me. I don't know that there's that those are exactly unrealistic expectations in general. They probably weren't when I was younger, and when I was younger I just was not looking. But now that I'm older, I need to carve that back. I need to really peel those down and kind of I don't know. It's an interesting conundrum, I guess. I work hard to be a good person. I work hard to do good things. I know I respect people, especially people that I am intimately connected to. And I feel like that there's a value to that I don't want wasted on somebody who doesn't appreciate or respect it. So I guess the challenge continues. Anyway, I don't know what kind of call to action does that inspire. What do we think about that? Well, my call to action really is I still need to make an effort, and I still need to try to peel back the layers of those expectations, and see if there's where the concessions can be made that make the most sense. Because there will need to be concessions. And any relationship, really, there is going to be anyway. So I guess that's my call to action for the day. The day itself was pretty good. Weather was super nice today. I went out and did my walk. I worked on the app all day. I went to arm wrestling practice, had a good workout, feeling good there, and then worked on the app the rest of the night. The week is the spring break week for my nephew and niece and nephew, my sister's family. So they took off for the week, so I'll be here just plugging away as I do. That is the story of the day. Thanks for swinging by. Hopefully something in there was useful. Until next time, take it easy.